continuous periods of peace and prosperity have always brought about the physical, mental, and moral deterioration of the individual. From Bradley A. Fisk, The Art of Fighting. The phrase, the way of the warrior, has its origins in ancient history and even prehistory and mythology. So what relevance does this school of thought have in modern society? The relevance turns out to be of vital importance to everyone, since without warriors, tyranny and slavery is the result. Tyrannies throughout history have a repeated pattern of doing everything they can to eliminate warriors from their populations. The reasons are obvious. Warriors are the ones that always stir up trouble for tyrants. They are the ones that will speak out against oppression, that will stand up to cruelty, and that will fight and die for freedom. Warriors are also the grassroots leaders around whom disgruntled citizens will gather and unite to provide a unified front against injustice. Warriors are self-reliant and not easily swayed by mob thinking or peer pressure, and less likely to be influenced by lies and propaganda. Warriors are also trained to perceive threats and dangers, and are thus the first to discover a tyrant's sinister scheme. All these qualities make warriors anathema to psychopathic power structures. Without the local leadership, courage, and critical thinking warriors provide for their communities, the rest of the population is rudderless and thus easily manipulated and controlled by the state. Warriors are like the white blood cells in society's immune system. Whenever foreign invaders or disease enters the body, the white blood cells attack to defend the body. Without warriors in a society, that society becomes vulnerable to foreign invaders or disease from the inside. As in every civilization in the past, our current regimes are doing everything in their power to rid our culture of the positive masculine principles embodied in the way of the warrior. Instead of a warrior's self-reliance, we are told to depend on the state. Instead of a warrior's courage, we are told to be in constant fear by the state. Instead of a warrior defending himself and family, we are told to wait for the state to send men, always too late, to defend us. Instead of a warrior's ability to reason and think critically, the state has dumbed down the education system to the point where few ever learn to think at all, and most people think only what the state wants them to think. However, all this is still not enough to quell the fears of the psychopaths in power. They need to eradicate the very wellspring of the warrior way, and that is masculinity itself. Through a multi-pronged attack of public education, media manipulation, political correctness, feminism, and social Marxism, the state has made simply being born a male something to be fearful and suspicious of. Not only has our government education succeeded in robbing children of their intelligence and creativity, it is also robbing them of any courage. That the state has already gone so far to undermine the foundations of the warrior spirit bodes ill, as anyone who has studied history can attest. Thus, following the way of the warrior in the modern age is of utmost importance, since it is the last bulwark against total slavery.